I'm chewing on my bagel. I think it's in everything bagel. There's a Trinity. Still chewing my bagel, sorry. It's pretty good. It was like reduced for like $1.99 for a whole package of them. Tom Thumb. Tom Thumb had some good deals, I guess, for the holiday. I guess they're being nice. 88 cents on Rotel. Walmart's $1.29. You know, you never think that. So I found a discounted item. I'm letting you guys know about it. Don't buy all the Rotel. Don't go up to Tom Thumb and buy every single can of Rotel. At least leave me one. Preferably just original Rotel. If you want to buy all the stuff, buy the chili one, the chili Rotel. I don't get that stuff. Kind of tuck a Rotel in the back. Rotel tomatoes. I like to eat them with my corn chips. You asked me to come down to watch the parade. Ding, 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 ding. Something about the energy bunny. I tripped on a dog with a choke chain collar. Bam, 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 bam. It's a cover I did one time. I actually had it memorized at one time. All right, car. I get the point. What about I talk to? Car coming up in the right. You asked me to come down and watch the parade. Bam, 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 bam. Marching down like something bunny. Alright, I got it now. You asked me to come down and watch the parade. March down the street like the Duracell bunny. I thought it was the Energizer bunny. I mean, I'm serious. I'm just asking a question, that's all. The Duracell bunny. Bum, bum, bum. Is it the Duracell? I thought the bunny was the Energizer. Watch me. Yeah, you asked me to come down and watch the parade. Dun, 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 dun. March down the street like the Duracell bunny. Something about the cavalcade. Throwing out candy. It looks like money. Next delivery, 7:50 p.m., 9 minutes, 3.5 miles. You asked me to come down and watch the parade. Bam, 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 bam. March down the street like a Duracell bunny. Bam, 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 bam. But blah, 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 the cavalcade. Dun, dun, dun. Throwing out candy that looks like money. Bam, 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 bam. They're throwing out money that looks like candy. Actually, they're throwing out candy that looks like money. The people are passing the other way, throwing out candy that looks like money. Oops, we need to go the complete other way right here. Well, they were throwing out candy that looked like money. The people that seem to go... Yeah, he's a tough one. These dang lyrics. And this isn't the same one either. Oh, yeah, it is. The people that seem to go the other way. because he used colloquial speech in his verse, like normal speech in the middle of his verse. It's like a person talking. People that seem to be going the other way. And also he made stresses on certain words. Elliott Smith, not with us anymore. Echo Park got him. The ghost of Echo Park somehow crept into his life and got him, took him. Throwing out candy that looks like money to people passing by that seem to go in the other way. Bup, 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 bup. Throwing out candy that looks like money to people passing by, they seem to be going the other way. Dun 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 dun. Follow me down to the Rose Parade. Dun 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 dun. Throwing out candy that looks like money. Do, do, do. The people passing by, they seem to be going the other way. Dun, 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 dun. So won't you follow me down to the Rose Parade? Dun, dun, dun. I tripped over a dog with the choke chain collar. Got it. Tripped over a dog with a choke chain collar. That sounds like something someone would say. I tripped over a dog with a choke chain collar. Oh, really? Yeah, he's okay, though. I tripped over a dog with the choke chain collar. See what I mean? It sounds like colloquial, which is regular speech. Well, some of it gets a little versy, like, follow me down to the Rose Parade. Yeah, you might still say that, too. Yeah, it does seem like something he'd write in a journal. Let's see here. The trumpet player was effing up his lines. Next delivery, 8:09, 14 minutes, 7.6 miles. Alright, this is kind of the neighborhood I was raised in a little bit. On the Arlington Avenue side of Ryan's place. I lived off Willing Street. Had friends kind of all around me too. I was a big Smiths, Morrissey fan. I liked R.E.M. They were okay. The R.E.M. was big. It was a big deal. Started off with like being like a Joy Division fan. It's kind of solemn. I had like jet black hair. I wore creepers and a leather jacket. Usually dressed in black or all white, one of the two. I was kind of gothic. You could consider me gothic, I guess. Then I toned it down and went more like Smiths, like someone that maybe was from the UK, or like Doc Martens, had the pompadour. It was just, the choice I made. Kind of a James Dean fan, solemn, read poetry on the side, talked about literature, I guess, I got involved in the drama team. Look at this light right here. I didn't get into like jogging around and stuff until college. I was kind of solemn. I did smoke cigarettes in high school off and on, which is a big mistake. You shouldn't do that. It's bad. I think I smoked Camels. My friend Eric lives somewhere kind of like over that way. He was a drummer. And he started a band called Lollipop. He used to like kind of criticize other bands for wanting to be signed. I always wanted to ask him, I was like, what do you need to get signed? What are you gonna do without it? He was just kind of critical. He was a very good drummer, though. There were a few good drummers that lived, in the Fort Worth area. It was like 2 or 3 of them that went to Pascal. One was Tim Largent. He was a pretty good drummer. He could do Led Zeppelin licks, or not licks, but drum sets. And then, I don't know. Never really got to start a band, though. Just, I don't know, it's tough. You got to keep everybody together. You got to meet for band meetings. You got to know where you're going to play. The lead singer has to memorize all the songs, or at least half of them, or be able to improv through whatever, It's tough to start a band, especially in high school when you got stuff to do. It'd be very difficult to start a band in high school, but people do it. There's a computer guy that lived down on the corner named Jake, who's really into computers. He liked to watch Guar. We were really into movies like Raised in Arizona and Friday the 13th stuff. I wasn't really into the Friday the 13th. I liked Ethan and Joel Coen in Raised in Arizona. We had like a party where we all rented the movie from Blockbuster and all watched it. Quote lines from it. Everybody did that stuff in the early 90s. It was, it was 1990s. It's a very strange, eccentric time. They call it the gay 90s. Right before Gus Van Sant started becoming very, very popular, It was a very strange time to live in. I think the 1990s were very strange. And Nirvana was people were starting to talk about them. Pearl Jam was popular before Nirvana. Everyone knew who Pearl Jam was, and then Nirvana later. By the third Lollapalooza, I think everybody was like, they knew Nirvana songs and everything. That's how it was with me. It was Pearl Jam first, then Nirvana. I could be wrong about that. It could have been Nirvana first, then Pearl Jam, now that I think about it. I think it was right, yeah. Pearl Jam was second. I don't remember really. Maybe about the same time is when they became popular. I have to really think about that one. But yeah, Lollapalooza was like the big kind of traveling Woodstock kind of thing that went on for the whole day. It was a one-day thing. I think we can go under this train. Let's see if we can hear it when we go under it. I'm hoping we can. Yeah, we can. I was also at one time into Stephen King. I'd read a lot of Stephen King novels. Did that for a while. And I just went to college and started reading a whole lot for about 7 years. Looks like a clear alert coming out of Vernon, red Chevrolet, engine 8550. So anyone older than 18 and younger than 65, so between the ages of 18 and 65 is seen in that red Chevrolet coming out of Vernon, Texas. Also, coming back from a Morrissey concert, I learned about Smashing Pumpkins and became a fan eventually. I think in college I became a Smashing Pumpkin fan. Still listen to them every once in a while. Really, all their stuff is great. Even their modern stuff, like recent stuff. We're just, spoon-fed a certain sound. And then, when that sound changes, then we're like, what in the world are we going to do? But yeah, his Atom, I think it's Atom, is really interesting. But even though the band's changed, it's still pretty cool. I listened to it one time on some deliveries. And they got their pizza. It's on a ghost train, because that one's not lowered over there. Ghost train, why do you always come my way? Ghost train, why are you blocking my day? I say ghost train. your passenger, ghost train. Come on. This is actually, it's not a ghost train, it's a real train. Could be a ghost train. A ghost Christmas train. That's a passenger train. That dog's concerned. Is that another one? Oh, it's one in the distance. It's 2 trains. That's a cargo train. You can hear the echo. Passenger train. Double train action. Well, that one, I think you can still turn before that way. That's why they're opening this. Or at least for them. One dog bark. Probably waiting on that train way over there. Oh, there was a crash the other way, so I went this way, hoping to beat it. I didn't know the train was coming, though. Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, there's the tail end of it. Over there by where that band was playing Kiss, right off Samuels, on the other side of Samuels. It's like down this way, I think, and then you turn right somewhere around here, and there's a venue to play music. Wait a minute, that might be in a neighborhood. I think that's closer to a neighborhood. Anyway, it's somewhere in this vicinity. I remember this road right here, because you can see the skyline of Fort Worth. All right. There we go. Trains. Go under the trains. As you come in this side of Fort Worth, you run into a Sonic at a gas station. Little taco stand right there. Taco burritos. Get some taco burritos. A long time ago, the legend is, you'd come to Fort Worth, there'd be a field or a prairie. There'd be a Mexican guy with a donkey, and he would lead you to the Mexican Inn. They'd get you checked in there, get into the fort. And that's the rumor, you know. It's on the Mexican Inn history. But then, you know, the Mexican Inn, I don't know if they tell that story, but they do have another story about a donkey, and it's wrapped up in a gambling ring. And the guy ends up going straight and really, you know, putting a lot of effort into Mexican Inn, and that becomes like a, you know, almost like a family restaurant that people know about in Fort Worth. And that one has a different donkey in it. That was a donkey that they parade around that would have advertisement for the Mexican Inn, and that was not like in the beginning stages of Fort Worth. I'm talking about another rumor. This one was about like when it was a fort, and you know, and the Native Americans were out there, you know, on the outside, or maybe they were on the inside trading, you know, spice and stuff. But regardless, there was a prairie and then a donkey. And this Mexican dude had the donkey, and he'd guide you in to the Mexican Inn. Well, you know, I heard it from somewhere. I don't know if it's true. That one, I don't know if I've seen it written. It's mostly like, that one's just word of mouth, rumor. But the Mexican Inn has its own history, and I've done a vlog on it. And they used that donkey. It was like a famous donkey, and they put like advertisement on the donkey, and you'd know to go to the Mexican Inn, and hey, look, there's that magic donkey. And then there, you know, the guy was wrapped up in gambling for many years, and then he got out of it and went legit. And the Mexican Inn's still here even today. It's pretty good. They have their chips are kind of like Frito-Lay chips. They're and they have good salsa. It's not too bad. Their fajitas are actually pretty good too. They have their own kind of family taste. It's kind of their own cuisine. It comes from a family recipe. Mexican Inn, check them out. There's one on Camp Bowie, and I think there's a few in Fort Worth. Delivery 8:59, 4 minutes, 1.9 miles.